The literature that really moves me has digested the canon. So it's a secondary kind of scripture, but it's refreshed and made contemporary in whatever the period of the, say, the poet or prose writer's life is. I was in high school when literature first hit me. There was T.S. Eliot. There was Jared Manley Hawkins, Flannery O'Connor. You know, all of these writers are formed, shaped by the biblical canon, but they do something new with it. And what I really love is the going back and forth between the scriptural texts and its afterlife in literature. In 1963, in Western world literature, I read The Inferno, and it made no impression on me. Then, my junior year, I needed to make up some credits. It was the summer, it was the University of Wisconsin, there was the lake. I took a summer school course on Dante in translation. I got an A. I remember nothing about it. Then I was a graduate student studying for my PhD exams in English here, and a friend of mine said, "Peter, why don't we go to this Dante class? It's this guy, John Fricero, he's supposedly fabulous. Why don't we go? Why don't we do this?" "Oh, I don't have the time. It's not going to be on my orals. It implies I tried Dante twice. Boring. It doesn't move me. It doesn't touch me." "Oh, come on, just once." Well, just once turned out to be the rest of my life. I had a fabulous teacher, John Fricero, fabulous teacher. It was also, as he opened it up, the most complicated, intricate work. And of course, I was reading it in English. I mean, I didn't have Italian at that point. But also, it was the way he taught it, it was a conversion story. He was lost, and the way he got found ultimately was by piecing together the experience of being in love and what it meant to him, Beatrice. And that was the point in which I was looking for a big text and also in love and trying to understand more what it meant. And because I'm a Christian, that meant sort of understanding it Christianly, and Dante's a go-to person. It was a combination of factors. The literary power of it, which I got even in translation, the magnificent teacher, the depth and complexity of it, and that love had everything to do with it. My Dante course is called Dante's Journey to God. Mm-hmm. So it's taken not as an exemplary path, but as one of the biggest, most complicated, most beautiful renderings of what it's like to go from misery to joy, or from lost to found, which culminates in a vision of God. In some sense, so many of the Yale Divinity School students are on that journey, and I am. How to read a text closely, how to read a text slowly, how to savor a text, how to hear a text, read it out loud, how to let it work on you. And in terms of the theological dimension, whether it's Dante writing in the early 14th century or O'Connor at mid-century or Christian Wyman right now, it's to have a sense of the ways in which creative language that pays attention to itself can articulate the mystery of God in a religious experience powerfully, with nuance. I like to be with students when they're discovering the kind of valence of a poem or a story. Help them to see that theology is done in poetry and in fiction, that it's that it's not the icing in the cake, but it's the way it's done. I hope that comes across.